morning. Thanks all for coming. I'm Chris Hill. I'm going to be your facilitator for this compression planning event. I'd like to quickly go around and just have everyone introduce themselves.
I'm just going to ask, could you just introduce yourselves, just identify your name and company.
We need to introduce ourselves. So let's briefly introduce ourselves, and we'll do one fact that no one knows about us yet.
Brad, and I have an old English bulldog named Daisy, and I watch the Steelers right beside her.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm Diane, and I went hang gliding for my honeymoon unexpectedly.
Oh.
It was not in
To
my
save your life?
It wasn't in my plan. It wasn't my husband's plan. But
I'm Sarah, and I have a 2,000-pound bull who lives across the street from me and is often breaks into my backyard.
My role is to facilitate this meeting, is to help give us some guidance, to give us some direction, to help us make sure that we're going the right track. What that right track will be is up to you guys, and you guys are going to be the partners who are going to be responsible for showing us where we go. So your participation and your input is going to be what leads this process and helps us get to the solutions we want for our client.
My role is to help us kind of listening to each other and synergistically create some ideas without putting down anybody's opinion.
We're going to be doing some compression planning today. This is a really well-facilitated, well-organized process to get a lot of good ideas out and to bring them through a whole process where at the end of the day we'll really have a good action plan moving forward. I'm going to start first talking about the what is pure form thinking, and the point of that is that we do a process where we collect a lot of ideas and really, I don't even want to say brainstorm, but it's free form thinking, get out a lot of ideas.
We have a couple of guidelines to help us in that creative process. And one is suspending judgment, because we're in that creative thought process.
Make sure we listen to each other, and that's something that we all sometimes can struggle with, because we're all ready for our next idea. So let's make sure we listen to those ideas and find the uniquenesses of those ideas.
Also, we're not going to do speeches. So really, as you identify different ideas, quick, within 30 seconds.
We're going to spin and churn these thoughts into some good ideas. So you may throw out an idea and we may kind of work with that for a little bit before we put it up on a card.
Artifacts, reminders. Everyone needs to get a ball. You pass these around. And if someone starts to give a speech, they start to, judge ideas, etc. Just put it in front of them or pass it off, etc. And that'll help us help us to stay on track and make sure that we're doing the right things.
If we find people are going more than like 30, 45 seconds in discussing an idea, that's why we have little balls around here. If you think someone's making too much of that, just kind of roll it towards them, and that's the hint to say, wrap it up and let's move on.
As we get ideas from everywhere, we're going to have two people that are going to capture the idea, and they are going to be our printers. And they've got a very specific font that they're asked to print in, and it's called print. The print font. So no cursive, no handwriting.
Before we get started, I'll need two printers. Jeanette, Pat, would you mind printing? And Gaylor, would you mind being the pinner? Oh, thank you so much.
Right now, I'd like to ask the client to come up and kind of explain the storyboard and their design.
Our topic today is achieving an exclusive status relationship with our existing brokers. In other words, we want our existing brokers, who are our clients, to only want to work with us.
And if you could come up and help explain some of your design.
The goal of this session is to triple sales in the West Fall. The West Fall is the newest edition of Ogilvy. Because of things that are going on in the economy, people are starting obviously to spend less in pampering themselves, pampering others, gift ideas. So our goal is to really just triple those sales and try to create the most successful spa that we can.
If you could come on up, Rico, explain kind of what we're looking at.
Okay, my topic is bringing golfers to Ogilvy that have never been here. And there's a very good base of golfers within, say, 65 miles. That's our immediate target area here.
Let's get some questions here. And just some clarity on this.
The call center and the lodge,
Yes.
how are they trained to book appointments, or what are they saying to book appointments?
I'll go ahead and answer the product question first. What we typically do, and this protocol comes from.
Okay, so we've got our background here. We know what our purpose is and our non-purpose here. We're going to start with the first question, which is ways to get brokers begging to be part of the Essentia family. So I'd like to capture some ideas here.
How can we attain new email addresses?
Number one, how to bring new golfers to Ogilvy.
I'm going to start with your ways to decrease downtime between services.